welcome to House District 52, everybody. Little home turf here. Thanks everybody for being here. I think Senator Shorter touched on something there a second ago. You know, we are in fantastic shape here. But we're in great shape here because of the men and women who came along before us. The men and women who were here 20, 30, 40 years ago that not only envisioned a plan for this county, but then executed that plan, and it worked. You see the Avery family up there has done so much for us, but former Mayor Mr. Robinson's up there as well, recognizing what that leadership has meant to us for so long in this area. I kind of consider it as our responsibility to just kind of protect and maintain what the men and women have done long before us who have been here. It isn't just elected officials, but it's also the ones who serve our community in a civic capacity. I mean, look around this room and see who's here that we see at all these events, who care about our community and have their children in our schools and are so active in what makes Williamson County great. So to all you guys, thank you. I'm going to focus on education. That's what I'm going to talk about, education. I can talk about a whole lot of things. But to me, it starts and stops with education. We're all business people here. ROI, return on investment. Is there a bigger return on our investment than educating our kids? It's what employers need. It's what employers want. It's why they come here. When people are looking to expand their businesses or grow their businesses, they're looking for a trained and trainable workforce. Look at what we've set up here in Williamson County. Austin Community College, right? Texas State Technical College, Temple College, Texas State, Texas A&M Medical School. I mean, from a 2-year degree to a doctor. Pretty phenomenal. It's great what we've set up here. There was a vision a long time ago that kind of put this place in motion, and look where we are. What's great about it, too, is that it tells our kids, all of our kids, you can stay here. You want your best and your brightest to stay home. My wife, a Round Rock High School graduate, I think she was 3rd or 4th in her class. And where is she now? In Round Rock. Where does she work? Round Rock ISD. Who is she teaching? Round Rock kids. I mean, I think even with our own little family, that's a great example of what I'm looking for, which is just for our kids to stay here. So having the opportunity from a wide spectrum of career and technical to 2-year degree to a 4-year degree to a PhD, MD. That's what keeps them here. So you talk about education funding, there are a lot of things that are on the table, a lot of interesting topics to talk about. One of the things I'm going to work on is access to that education. I want to see who's in our schools. We have some ideas to address truancy rates, to address dropout rates, to kind of encourage these kids to get back in school and to stay in school. I think that if we can convince mom and dad to care a little bit more in some of our families, maybe those things can be addressed. I would love to see mom and dad who maybe dropped out, 14, 15, 16, life happens. Mom and dad are 35, 40, 45 years old, find themselves in kind of a dead-end job and wondering what's out there for them. Kids haven't had a model for them. Mom and dad didn't go to school, grandma and grandpa didn't go to school, so what are they going to do at 16? But I think there's a generational reach that if I get mom and dad back in school at 35 and have them do a little homework and have them care about what they're doing, that cares about what their kids are doing, all of a sudden it's a model for the young ones, that's what I'm looking for. Representative Strom and I have talked about this before on the House floor. Access to maybe that group that people have forgotten about. It's easy to look at the talented and gifted. I'm a huge fan of career technical, working a lot on career technical. It's great. It's great that we're focusing on 12 through 18 years old. What are we doing for 25, 35, 40-year-olds? And I think that if we invest some funds here, if we invest some time here, if we get those families re-engaged, that is a generational reach that everybody can work from. So we'll look at those programs, we'll look at how that works. Maybe the answer is a career technical. We got some great programs about to start here, and what TSTC is doing in Hutto is phenomenal, right? But you build the roads, you get together with the different levels of government in a public-private partnership. All of a sudden you have these campuses, and you have this growth, smart growth, responsible growth, and everybody wins. And that's what we built here. And we're going to continue to build here. Now we've got to fund it. Now we've got to make sure our schools can function. Do they have the programs they need to keep our populace educated and working? Yeah. That's our goal, is to make sure that the kids here can work. If you want to go back to school, you can. If you want to change careers, you can. Provide for your family by staying right here in Round Rock, Hutto, Southern Williamson County, Northern Williamson County. to the west, Mr. Kennedy, that you find a place here. And we continue to grow and make special what has been made for us a long time ago. So education, jobs, opportunity, that's what I'm focused on this session.